the Rings was one of the games that I picked up for like £3 on sale on Steam, and obviously just kind of sat there. Now, I am a massive Lord of the Rings fan. I have been ever since the early 2000s, and before anybody comes at me, yes, it's because of the films. No, I did not know about the book before the films. I was, 12, 13 when The Fellowship of the Ring came out, so I was at the perfect age, and it was my Star Wars, if you will. I went to the cinema to watch all three, and I fell in love with it, and I think the Lord of the Rings trilogy is the most perfect trilogy ever created. Extended versions, of course. The theatrical versions were great, but the extended versions are just out of this world, and I do like the Hobbit films. But this Lego Lord of the Rings game hit me right in the feels, because it's got all of the music from the films, which I'm not going to play on here because I do not want to get copyright strike through the ass. But it's just so amazing to be able to run around Middle-earth, around the Shire, you know, and around Rivendell and Rohan and Gondor. It's very difficult for me to put into words the feeling that this game emotes from me. Yes, it's a Lego game, yes, it's a child's game, and it's super easy, and it's just all about hitting enemies, not worrying about dying, collecting bricks and building stuff, and all the other stuff that Lego games entail. But if you're a Lord of the Rings fan and you haven't played this game, you are missing out. It's got so much charm because of the, just the music and the care that was given to the environment, like even running around the village of Bree, for example, it's just so cool, and it does make one grown man, maybe me, I'm not pointing any fingers here, but it might make this grown man like tear up a little. It's very, very emotional. You can play as all the characters, and you can unlock all the characters, even some very obscure characters, which is pretty cool. The game is a fantastic length because, of course, it's the entire trilogy, and it just, every time I play it and play through it, I just want to watch the films again, which is not a bad thing, as I have them all. I have the Hobbit and Lord of the Rings box set on Blu-ray, all extended and stuff. I was going to get the 4K version, but then I realised I'd probably have to sell my car to be able to afford it. So, forget that. It's like, have you ever tried to get like Game of Thrones, the complete seasons of Game of Thrones on 4K? That's like £350 here in the UK. Now, seasons 1 to 6 is probably worth that, but season 7 lets it right down at the end. But this Lord of the Rings Lego game, I just can't recommend it enough. If it ever goes down on offer on Steam again, or on, I think you can get it on Xbox as well, but if it ever goes down to like £3 again, it's worth all of that. It's not a very large game, it's about 6 gigabytes, I think, so it's not a very large game. It starts you off, with the Alliance, fighting on the slopes of Mount Doom and whatnot in Mordor, and you take part in that, and you have to, play as Isildur and get to the top and get into Mount Doom, and unfortunately you cannot play as Elrond and kick Isildur into the volcano, which is, as we all know, what Elrond should have done. As soon as Isildur's like, "No, I'm keeping the ring, mate," it's like, no you're not, bosh, off the edge. Would have saved a lot of hassle, but then we wouldn't have got the amazing adventure. I mean, of course that would have also meant that Bilbo and Frodo wouldn't have been broken, but they go off to the Grey Havens, so they win, sort of, maybe. I just do know Samwise Gamgee is the hero of the story anyway. But yeah, if you just want a easy ride Lord of the Rings game, because we are deprived of Lord of the Rings games in this day and age, the mobile phone games don't count at all in the slightest. I think that the Third Age should be remastered or remade, and I think a lot of the Lord of the Rings games are in licensing hell at the minute. I know we're getting a Gollum game coming out soon, but let's be honest, who asked for that, and who the hell is going to buy that? I mean, no disrespect to the developers at all, in any way, shape or form, but I mean, Gollum? Really? You could have made an Aragorn one, based on when Aragorn, is just taking on the Mantle of Strider, and is just a ranger in the north. You could have made a Legolas one, you could have made a Gimli one, you could have made a Boromir one, but I don't know. I suppose Gollum was there obscure character of choice. But let me know in the comments if you've played LEGO Lord of the Rings and if you think it's as awesome and charming as me. And thank you very much for watching the video, and I'll catch you on the next one.
I gave you the chance of aiding me willingly, but you have elected the way of pain!